All right, good afternoon, everyone, and happy Monday. We have shaped up to have a nice day today here to start off the work week. We had a lot in the way of cloud cover there as we headed throughout the day on Sunday. We had the cold conditions to go along with it there as we headed throughout the weekend. And on Saturday, it was really wet. We had all the shower activity that made its way through as we headed throughout the day there on Saturday. But thankfully, drier conditions have arrived. It is also very cool still, at least it was to start off the day. Temperatures this afternoon, they're rebounding nice. We're going to have them into the 60s for highs this afternoon on Monday. Now, we love to do these updates every Monday and every Thursday at about 2:30 to keep you updated on the forecast, not just for the week, but then to plan your weekend. That's what we typically do on Thursday. So today, we're going to help you plan your week. You may be watching this live on the 11 Alive Plus app. You can download that for Roku and Fire TV devices, or you may be watching this at a later time. You can watch it at a later time right there on your Roku or Fire TV devices. So let's talk a little bit about what we have as far as today is concerned before we jump into what we can expect for the rest of the week. I'll give you a little bit of a teaser. We are going to get rain back in here, and we are eventually going to see even the chance for a few strong storms. We're going to talk all about that coming up here just over these next 15 minutes or so. Let's take a look at the time lapse from this morning. Of course, we had a lot more sunshine to start off today compared to what we had yesterday and what we had on Saturday especially. Beautiful sunshine overhead. By about 2:30 this afternoon, just a few clouds trying to pop in there, but nothing too menacing by any means. Let's take a look all across the region out towards the airport. No issues there. Everything moving smoothly. You see that there's no delays. You see out towards downtown looking beautiful. Let's look up towards Blue Ridge. Today, Blue Ridge is not going to hit 60 degrees, but much of us will. They'll be in the 50s to cap off the day there up towards the Blue Ridge area. And down towards Newnan, if you look really close up into the trees, you're probably already starting to see a few buds trying to start to form as we get ready for that spring season. We're getting closer. There have been some trees blooming. You may notice a lot of those pink blooms popping up all across North Georgia. Well, they're blooming a little too early. We're still going to have some cold air here as we make our way throughout these next month to 2 months. Looking outside for today, 63 already in Atlanta by 2:33 p.m. 62 in Duluth, 65 in Peachtree City. We have 63 in Thomaston. Nice to have the warmer conditions after the cold weekend. Moving throughout today, again, nothing but sunshine across the southeast. A wider look across the U.S. shows that it's actually pretty quiet all across the U.S. They've got a little bit of shower activity up towards the northeast seaboard. Then looking down towards Big Bend National Park in Texas, you see they have some shower activity there in a place that's typically very dry. And then you look further to the west into portions of Arizona, New Mexico, California. They're dealing with some shower activity. Some of the higher elevations, they're dealing with snow. And they have that up towards the Four Corners region for Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and into Utah. Now, none of that's impacting us as far as right now is concerned. You know, we're not expecting anything in the way of snow. We have clear skies for today. A lot of cloud cover is expected to move in, though, for our Valentine's Day, at least to end the day. This is starting off on Valentine's Day, 6:30 a.m. You notice that we're going to be having temperatures in the 30s, a little bit cool there to start the day. So if you have any morning surprise plans for your significant other, make sure that you have a good jacket. We head into the afternoon, cloud cover starts to move in, but our temperatures still rebound nicely. We're going to have highs in the 60s, lots of cloud cover. That's the only downfall. Not expecting anything in the way of rainfall, though. Moving into Wednesday, this is going to be when we start to introduce rain chances back into the forecast. A few showers going to be possible there around 6 a.m., but notice how isolated it is. Not everybody's going to see rain on Wednesday. You're just going to have a chance to see a brief shower or two, but we will be left with a lot of cloud cover. And notice for Wednesday afternoon, some spots are going to hit the 70s for highs. 74 in Thomaston, 71 in Peachtree City, 73 in LaGrange. Atlanta likely going to rise into the upper 60s there for Wednesday, but I think we'll hit 70 on Thursday. There is a catch, though. With those warmer conditions, we do have a cold front that's going to sweep through, and ahead of it, we may end up with a few strong storms. Look from Louisiana through Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and then even some spots off to our north. The Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma has highlighted a 15% chance for severe storms on day 4, which would be our Thursday night into Friday morning time frame here in North Georgia. These storms are going to start to ramp up over the Mississippi, Alabama region for Thursday afternoon and then move over our region by the time we head into the very early hours on Friday morning. Here's one of the latest tracks from our long-range weather models showing us that we have the storms getting closer to us really by the time we head into Thursday evening. Now, before we even get there, let's talk about Wednesday morning. You see a little bit of shower activity on the radar here. This is just plain old rain. We're not expecting anything severe out of that. Plain rain, again, nothing in the way of strong storms by that point. Even by Thursday morning, not looking like anything serious out there, but by Thursday at 11 p.m., looking at northern Alabama, up towards Huntsville, stretching down towards the south, towards Birmingham, some of those yellows and oranges. That's where the possibility for some of those stronger storms is going to be. They're going to then dip down and through our region as we head throughout the very early hours on Friday, and that is going to be from a cold front that's sweeping through, and it's going to bring a big cool down by the time we head into Friday afternoon and all the way throughout the weekend. Friday, 10 a.m., you see some of the shower activity out there. That will continue to move out, and by the time we head into the afternoon again on Friday, we will be drier. So a little bit of rain possible there for Friday morning with even the chance for a few storms that could be lingering, and then the rest of the day drier. Notice where the winds are coming out of as we head throughout Saturday, out of the north, that cooler air moving in, and our high temperatures reflect that. Notice our highs for Friday and Saturday only rising into the 50s after we hit 70 degrees there on Thursday. So much cooler air is expected to move in there by the time we head into the end of the week and then into the weekend behind that cold front. I wanted to then show you what we've been dealing with for this past month. That cooler air will actually be kind of welcomed because we've been above average, including for what we're about to experience for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week. We've been above average for a majority of February. And remember, we had a majority of above average temperatures for January to go along with it. So a little bit of a cool down here and there isn't bad. We could use it. Rain chances, we don't need them as much. 70% chance for rain there Thursday. I think the highest chance for rain will be overnight Thursday into Friday. And we don't need rain because we are well above average for this time of year so far. We have had tons of rainfall in January and February so far, and we're going to pick up possibly an extra 1/2 inch to 2.5 inches over the next week. That higher total expected to be into the North Georgia mountains, right around the Atlanta area, likely going to be around 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches of rainfall as we head throughout this next week. And we have no drought conditions, obviously. We have had plenty of rain. Some of our neighbors down to South Georgia and Middle Georgia do have some moderate drought to abnormally dry conditions. I would expect that once the latest drought monitor comes out on Thursday, that will improve, and we're not going to see them really much in the way of drought conditions anymore, thanks to all the rainfall that we're expecting throughout this next week. Again, the 7-day forecast shows those rain chances. First of all, for today on Monday, temperatures rising into the lower to mid 60s. Lots of sunshine to go around. Chesley this morning, he was in giving the latest updates on the forecast, of course, and he went ahead and chose today as his pick of the week. It is beautiful out there. If you haven't been outside, make sure you get out and enjoy some of those nice conditions. Of course, though, we did start off with temperatures in the 30s, so it was a little cold to start off, but we are rebounding nice for this afternoon. For Valentine's Day, looking pretty good. Sunshine to start off the day, but it is going to be more cloudy for the afternoon. Temperatures rising into the 60s, and then we head into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There's those rain chances returning. You see how low the rain chances are on Wednesday, though? Just a 40% chance for rain, just a few isolated showers again here and there, isolated to scattered. And then Thursday, that's going to be when we end up with a lot more rainfall, mainly for the latter part of the afternoon and into the evening. Overnight into Friday morning, we're going to have some lingering showers and storms. Remember, Thursday night into early Friday morning, that's when we have the potential for stronger storms. And then Saturday and Sunday, that colder air really moving in. Thursday, high of 70, 51 for Friday, 20s and 30s for lows for the weekend, but we rise into the 50s and 60s for highs. Sunday looking not too bad either. Chesley almost could have chosen that as the pick of the week too. You see there, 62 for the high. So if you have outdoor plans this weekend, Sunday is going to be your best bet because it is going to be a little bit warmer. So let's look beyond the 7-day forecast. I'm talking about day 8 through day 14. I always like to give people an idea of what that extended forecast is looking like. If you're trying to make plans for, let's say, the end of the month, the end of February is looking like it's going to bring us still above average rainfall. Can't guarantee that it's going to rain or not rain on a certain day, but this trend of above average rain that we've been having is just going to continue. But you know what? Maybe that's going to help for a little bit more spring flowers to start to appear. To go along with the wetter conditions, we also have above average temperatures likely as we make our way into the end of February. What is above average for this time of year, you may be thinking? Well, that would mean that we would have 60s, lower to mid 60s for highs, possibly even up into the upper 60s to lower 70s at times. That would be above average for this time of year. And again, that doesn't mean that we're not going to have a cold day here and there, but it just lets you know that the trends are showing that we would be in those warmer conditions as we make our way into the end of February. And if you're like me, you like the warmer weather. Not a big fan of the cold myself. Looking at the weekend getaways, if you're trying to head out this weekend and maybe go on a big vacation, it's looking like a great weekend down on the Emerald Coast of Florida, down towards Destin. 71 for the high there on Monday. Still a little cold for the beach, if you ask me, but still not going to be too bad. Looking like dry conditions. Gatlinburg's going to have a little bit of rain, maybe a wintry mix there on Friday. If you head up there towards Gatlinburg and look up towards Mount LeConte, you may see a little bit of snow there on the peak from that. It may be just a little bit in some of those higher elevations, closer on towards Klingman's Dome as well. And then we have dry conditions there for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Also looking drier for Charleston for the weekend and into Monday, Savannah, Lake Lanier. So if you wanted to tack on an extra day for your vacation or your weekend rather, take that extra Monday off because it's looking like the best weather there. Look at that, 70s for highs, 60s for highs there on Monday for Lake Lanier. Looking like great weather if you're headed out of town for this weekend. But it's also looking nice here in North Georgia too, here in Atlanta, as temperatures are expected to rebound nicely again, like what you saw in the 7-day forecast just a moment ago. The Peach State outlook, if you're headed around the state over the next 3 days, again, rain chances are going to start to ramp up a little bit there for Wednesday and Thursday for much of the state. Not everybody. When you get down closer to the coast, not as much on the rain chances, and down towards South Georgia and Middle Georgia, closer on towards Albany, they're not having as much in the way of rain chances. Georgia State Park forecast, I always like to give this. I'm a big supporter of state parks and would encourage everybody to get out there and do some hiking across some of our beautiful locations here across the state. Amicalola Falls is going to be stunning thanks to all the rainfall that we had. Anywhere that has a waterfall will be stunning, honestly. Tallulah Gorge, headed out towards maybe Cloudland Canyon. They have a few waterfalls, all beautiful spots. Make sure you get out there, enjoy those state parks, and just have some fun in the great outdoors here for North Georgia. And then back to the 7-day forecast. Don't forget that we do these updates every single Monday and Thursday. We like to keep everybody updated on the forecast for throughout the week. Of course, anytime in between, you can catch our updates on 11 Alive and 11alive.com. Every afternoon, Chief Meteorologist Chris Holt comes in for giving updates to the forecast. Meteorologist Chesley McNeil's in on the mornings, and then meteorologist Nicole Hartford and Melissa Nord are both in on the weekends giving updates on everything, and we're all filling in on shows anytime in between. So I hope everybody can have a wonderful week ahead of them. Don't forget, we'll have the next update on Thursday at 2:30, and we'll help get you planned for the weekend. Have a wonderful week ahead, and we'll keep you updated on everything right here at 11 Alive.